All right, so we spent 2 whole days just solving stuff. It was just algebra review, no context, no applications, no calculus-like anything. But now it's going to be different. Now we're going to talk about functions. And I've asked you to read a few pages in your book about functions in section 2.4. It's a gnarly beast of a section. It's very long. And the parts I'm asking you to read are parts A and B of 4 parts in the lesson. And really, when I look at the examples in parts A, B, C, and D, because you know I always read the examples first, part A basically asks the question, can you tell whether something is a function? And look at the examples. They give you data like 8 bajillion different ways. And the question is always, is it a function? And you say yes or no, and you have to explain why. And part B says, all right, fine. Here's a function. Can you figure out the domain and range? And they give you 3 different examples of that. You can do it with like little tests or formulas or I don't know what. We'll figure it out, right? So those are the 2 questions you're worried about today for your homework. And I just want to say why. Calculus is entirely doing stuff to functions and doing stuff with functions. If you've had calculus before, maybe, or you know about it, it's like doing derivatives and integrals. Well, those are things you do to functions. So we have to be good at functions before we can do that stuff. And that's why we're going to practice this stuff probably until you're nauseous with it. So, as you attack your homework, just a few notes to get you started. If you check out example 1, where they have like bubbles of data with arrows, your inputs and outputs don't even have to be numbers for something to be defined as a function, and that's trippy. And you will have a few exercises where stuff happens like that, but in calculus, your inputs and outputs are pretty much always numbers. We call them like x and y. For example 2, and in my example video, I'm going to do an example where functions can have finitely many inputs and outputs. That's totally cool. But usually in calculus, our functions have infinitely many inputs and outputs, like all real numbers or something like that. And then for the rest of your examples and problems, it's pretty much doing all of these jobs with just pictures and graphs. And we'll do some exercises like that next time in class.